Okay, so am I understanding it correctly, Jamy, that there is an element of clarity you would like regarding career transition and what you would like to move into next?
Yeah. So the wounded just love me. I've been catering to them forever, but I'm serving them drinks. And I just would like to still cater to them without passing them not the solution, you know?
So is it, and again, we're looking for that inner authority sacral response, and I'm going to use yes and no questions as much as possible. And if I share an open-ended question, then I'm going to dissect it for you down into its little pieces, okay?
I love that.
Okay, so is it that you would like more clarity?
Yes.
Or is it that you would like to not be a magnet for the wounded?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
So the intention is more clarity regarding career.
Yes.
Okay. And you felt that in your body?
Yes.
Okay.
That was fun.
And what would you experience that you would recognize as I have more clarity? Would it be knowing that it's time to move on from bartending?
I mean, I definitely know it's time to move on.
Okay. So would it be knowing the area that you want to move into next?
Yes. I mean, I have some ideas, and then it's just the motivation to actually put them into action.
Mm-hmm.
I've been very unmotivated and kind of reclusive.
So no motivation and a bit of a recluse?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So a way that you could tell that you have more clarity would be that you are motivated, that you're taking action, and that you're leaving the house.
Yeah. When I'm ready to go, I go.
So kind of like a re-engagement.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to start by really coming into sacred space and transitioning power away from our thinking thoughts and into the knowingness of our body. Okay.
Yep.
And then I'm going to take you through a process where you're going to identify the areas of distortion. Where are things kind of butting up against a brick wall that's making you not have motivation and choose to stay at home? Okay. Okay. Because it's typically not what the thinking thoughts are going to reveal to you, right? This is about tapping into the knowingness of your body. Right. So then once you identify the distortion that you have the energy, you have the response to move through, you're going to decide what the correction is. Right. And we're going to discern that through your inner authority.
Oh, I love it.
Okay. And then I'll take you through a process of follow-up that's going to help you process and integrate what you've experienced and really create the space to move forward in a new way. You've kind of frozen up on me. Are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, great. Great. Do you have any questions before we begin?
No, this is exciting.
Okay. And one more yes or no before we begin. Is it easy for you to visualize or imagine things in your mind's eye as I say them? Okay. So if I say, you're looking at a red door, you'll be like, okay, there's the red door.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Easily.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. And if there's any word or direction, if there's any word I say in the opening sequence that you don't like or don't resonate with, just toss it out and put the word that you prefer in its place. Okay. And are you familiar with a Merkaba?
I don't think so.
Okay. A Merkaba is a 3-dimensional Star of David.
Okay.
Can you kind of see that? So it's like one upward facing pyramid and then a downward facing pyramid, and they kind of intersect in the middle.
Right.
Okay. Because I'm going to prompt you to surround your heart center with that image. So if you have some familiarity, it'll be a little easier. But basically what happens is we have this energy that's being poured down into us from source, channeled up from the center of the earth, and it hits that Merkaba. And those pyramids are rotating in opposite directions, and it sends that energy out in all directions. And that's the energy you have available to you to create your life. So when everything is flowing as it could be and in accordance with your divine truth and inner knowingness, then you're creating your life, right? You have the motivation, you are moving forward, you are taking action, you're engaging, you're doing all of the things. But sometimes that energy hits up against a distortion,
Yes.
right? And it's like this. And then there's this ripple effect out into the rest of your energy field that makes it more challenging to move through and get that satisfaction that you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then towards the end, I'm going to say, there are assistants that come forward from the energetic realm. Could be
Right.
like saints, angels, ascended masters, whatever
Guides
whoever
are.
your people are, you're going to
Yeah.
know, right?
Yep.
And I will ask you if you can kind of identify those presences that are coming forward so that you have a clear connection with them and all the support they have to offer you as you navigate.
Oh boy.
Okay?
Yeah.
Can we begin?
Absolutely.
Okay. Does it feel good to close your eyes when you do kind of a meditative process?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. So go ahead and close your eyes. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, begin to release any thoughts, worries, or concerns for your day. As you come into this moment, open to receive and willing to release. We settle more fully into sacred space, inviting in beings and energies of high light and vibration to impart wisdom, light your path, and fill you with love. Establish a pure connection between yourself and source, free from any ego, bias, competition, or need for control. And fully and willingly release anything you may be holding that could interfere with the accurate interpretation of the wisdom coming forth. Come into your sacred heart, the aspect where soul self meets physical self, where you know, understand, and have full faith that all you seek lies within. So start with that green Merkaba. Watch as the upward facing pyramid rotates slowly counterclockwise and the downward facing pyramid rotates slowly clockwise. Remember that energy follows intention. So as long as you are intending it to be, it is. We set the intention of this time together to be in alignment with Jamie's authentic truth, that she may receive clarity regarding the direction in which she wants to go, that she may re-engage and have the energy available to do those things that she knows will make it so, with ease and grace in the now moment. We radiate pure energy and unconditional love out from our sacred hearts as they are poured down into us from source and channeled up into us from the center of the earth. We allow the rotation of that Merkaba to send that energy out in all directions, filling our entire physical beings, our auric fields, and surrounding and perfusing our intention. Really feel into the full strength of the power available to you to create your life in this way. Connect with your divine guidance, open to receive what they have to share, and allow your assisters to come forward and identify themselves. And now begin to awaken more fully to the presence of your authentic self as she lies in your DNA. Connect with her through your heart and through your third eye, merging deeper and deeper into oneness with her as millions of new connections within your nervous system are initiated. And when you're ready, open your eyes. All right. Did you have a clear awareness of what assistance came forward?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Would you like to share?
I have a grandmother, a dear friend who's recently departed. Very strange looking little man too.
Okay. All right. Does that process feel complete to you?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So now we're going to discern the area of distortion. I found that rather than saying the word to engage your logical mind, we work with numbers instead because it helps you really tune into the presence of your sacral response rather than your mind trying to figure out what those words mean and that
That's
kind of thing.
perfect. Yes.
So first I would like to ask, how many areas of distortion do you have the energy to respond to and move through today?
3.
So we're not, okay.
It
Well, that
just
was
came
easy.
right to me, you know.
That was easy. Okay. So you have the energy to move through 3 areas of distortion today.
Yes.
Okay. If at any point that changes and you start to feel overwhelmed or frustrated, we'll recognize that too. 3 areas is you have a lot of energy available to move through a lot of stuff today and really claim the clarity that you would like. Okay. So is one of the areas of distortion in the area of number 1?
No.
Is one of the areas in the area of number 2?
Yes.
Okay. Is one of the areas in number 3?
Yes.
Number 4?
No.
Number 5?
No.
Number 6?
Yes.
Okay. Are those the 3 areas of distortion that you have the energy to move through today?
Yes.
Okay. Which one would you like to move through first? Number 1?
No.
Number 2?
No.
Number 3?
I think yes.
Yeah? Okay. All right. So that area is the area of connections and disconnections.
Oh.
Okay. So is there only one?
One what?
Is there only one connection or disconnection to make to move through this
Oh,
distortion?
yes.
Okay. Is it in the area of connections?
Yes.
Okay. So there's one connection to make that will allow you to move through this distortion and receive the clarity you desire. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. What is it?
Wow, that's fun.
I like, yeah, a lot of this work cannot be fun. So I like fun.
Wow. What is it? I don't know.
So is it a person?
Absolutely. I think it's a mentor for sure.
Okay. Is it a mentor? Is it about connecting with a mentor?
Yes.
Is there something before connecting with a mentor?
That's whatever's holding me back for sure.
What do you mean?
I don't know. There's lots of I don't know. I'm thinking again.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So whenever I reframe a question or try to ask it in a different way, it's because I'm getting the sense that your thinking mind is getting involved and we're not getting the inner authority response that we're looking for. So how does it feel to connect with the version of yourself that already has this clarity in place? Is that the connection to make?
Probably. Yes. It feels good. Yeah.
Okay, you felt your sacral
Yes.
respond?
Hmm.
Okay. So we kind of initiated that process in the beginning, in the opening sequence, when I said awaken to the presence of your authentic self.
Right.
So that is a process that you can do on a daily basis to establish that connection and really bring it into tangible being. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. So is that a bit of a relief not to have to rush out and find a mentor and
Yes. I think that might be what's, yeah, maybe keeping me completely stuck in this house.
okay, or is there anything else that you need to know regarding that connection before we move on to the next area of distortion?
No.
Is the next area in the area of boundaries?
Yes.
Okay. So that is the second area of distortion for today.
Mm.
So how many is our next question? How many boundaries are you to look at today? Is it more than one?
No.
Is it only one?
Yes. That felt
Okay.
better.
Is there again, we're looking for that sacral response. Is there a person close to you that you do carry responsibility for that doesn't have anything to do with the people you see at the bar?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Is there only one?
Well, I would say it was both my children, even though they're
Okay.
grown, you know.
Right.
But yes, it's my first thought. I would say
Okay.
family in general.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I would add my mother and brother to that too.
Okay, so maybe in life you've gotten to the point where you don't assume responsibility for others as long as they're strangers, but for those people that are closer to you, is it more of a challenge?
Absolutely. Yeah. I never
Okay.
considered that until just now. Yes. Yep.
Okay. So it actually feels like it would be more beneficial to focus on the boundary with family and those that are closer. And that will actually kind of like take care of or handle any residuals you bring. Like you won't do that anymore. It's like you stop doing it with your family, it'll complete what you do with strangers.
Fantastic.
Okay. So is there one individual thing you could do to bring that boundary into being?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
No. No.
Okay, is it self-absolution?
No.
Okay, so what I'm kind of seeing and sensing is a sense of responsibility on your end in terms of why they are the way they are and why they make the choices they make or don't make the choices.
Right.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not like, do you feel guilty?
No. No.
Okay, so it's not an absolution thing. Have you found fault or do you blame yourself for any of these things?
No. It's part of like the human experience, you know? But I
Okay,
did a lot of work on that too.
right. Okay, so is it as simple as being aware of whenever you do assume responsibility for them and then sending it back to them, kind of like wrapped in love and light.
I like that.
Okay.
That.
Okay. There, I did see kind of a bodily response in
Yep.
that. And I love that it can be that simple, like an awareness and observation when you see what they're doing or not doing, and you try to like, oh, I don't know about that. You can say, okay, I'm doing that thing where I carry it and it's not mine to carry. So I'm going to wrap it in light and love and I send it back to them.
I like it. That's so,
Okay.
I find that the more simple things are, the more they work, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ritual. What would you like to call that ritual?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm terrible with names.
Do you know what you would like to call it? Sacral response.
Yes. The purge. How about
Okay.
the purge.
The purge. Okay. Is there anything else you need to know or would be beneficial to know regarding that area of distortion before we move on to the final one?
No.
Okay. Are you available for the final area of distortion?
Yes.
Okay. That brings us to the area of physicality. And these are going to be all the things that are kind of tangible, you can see, touch. That's what I mean by physicality. Okay.
Okay.
Whereas boundaries, are intangible.
Right.
It's not a literal physical thing. Okay. So again, in order to keep your logical mind out of the response, is it okay with you if I call them area number 1, area number 2, and so forth?
Yes.
Okay, let's first ask how many areas of physicality are involved. So is there more than one?
Yes.
Is there more than 2?
No.
Okay, so 2. All right, so we'll go through and I'll ask, is one area in the area of number 1, number 2, number 3, so forth and so on, okay? So is it in the area of number 1,
No.
number 2,
No.
number 3?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go, is it okay with you if we go ahead and identify the second area now?
Yes.
Okay. Is it in the area of number 1,
No.
number 2?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to look at the first area you identified first?
Yes.
Okay. So it's in the area of medical treatment.
Oh boy.
Is that true?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a medical treatment that you are currently experiencing?
Yes.
Or is it a medical treatment that it would be beneficial for you to experience?
Probably yes to both.
Do you want to tell me what the first medical treatment is, the one that you're currently experiencing?
I am currently tapering off medication that I've been on for 5 years. That I've successfully tapered off of once, but it only lasted about 6 weeks.
Is it correct for you to taper off this medication?
Yes.
Okay. So then is it beneficial to, okay, I'm just discerning because medication is in an area, it's in a different area than medical treatment. So I'm going to recalibrate and bring us back to medical treatment and kind of clear that word medication out of it
Okay.
because that's not the area of distortion.
Okay.
Okay. So are there medical treatments that don't involve medication that you are experiencing?
No.
Okay. Is there a medical treatment that it would be beneficial for you to experience?
Yes.
Okay. Is that something in the kind of traditional medical model of medical treatment?
No.
Is it more?
Hmm.
Okay, is it acupuncture?
Ooh, I don't know. Like my body says yes, but then my mind is terrified. I have the biggest
Um,
phobia of needles.
do you have the biggest phobia of needles, or do you have a phobia of things that will move you forward?
It's definitely needles.
It's needles.
Yeah. I like, woo. I just got hot.
Would
Woo.
acupressure get it done? Would
That's
acupressure resolve the distortion?
that sounds fantastic.
How does it feel, sacral response? Is it correct to have acupressure done?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that relieve you from the?
Woo. Yeah.
Okay. And is that something that you are willing and have the ability to do?
Acupressure. I've never even, aside from like laying on the acupressure mat at Reiki, that's the only thing I've ever
Mhm.
experienced. I've never really didn't even know it was a thing.
So is that something you're willing to do?
Yes.
Okay.
If I don't let my brain get involved, yes.
Okay. So part of this is identifying where you can take action. And then I do a second part two on when you don't take action, why are you not taking action kind of thing. So what we'll do is identify these things, give you time to process, and then see, okay, I did all the things and I have clarity and I know, and then that's the end. And that's awesome, right?
Right.
And if you say, well, I did these two things, but I really struggled for some reason, I didn't make that acupressure appointment, then we can do a different sort of session to untangle the energetic blocks that are kind of stopping you from taking that action. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So does that take care of the first distortion and physicality?
Yes.
Okay. So the second one is in the area of exercise. Now, is it beneficial for you to share what your current situation with exercise is?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it's really just working, you know, those 10,000 steps and all the lifting
Mhm.
and hauling. And yeah, a day after work, I am completely useless. But aside from that, trying to get me to do much else, forget it. As much as I
Mhm.
tell myself every night, I'm going to wake up in the morning and walk the 2 mile loop behind the house, I don't ever get it done.
Okay. So is the okay, let's ask this first. Is it that you are getting too much exercise?
No.
Okay. So that lets you know your body's saying this distortion is not caused from too much exercise.
Right.
Right? Because your brain will get in there and say, yeah, but you do all that exercise, you come
Right.
home, you're exhausted, you're so tired. Right? But as a generator, you really have access to, I mean, as soon as you go to bed exhausted, you sleep and your batteries are full.
Right.
You do sleep, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Because that's a whole other
Oh, yeah. I've
area
been
that
there.
it didn't come up. So we don't need to look in that direction. So there's kind of this idea or belief that exercise means going for 2 miles or doing something that takes kind of a long time,
Right.
right? And then you say, I don't have the energy for that. I'm not going to do it. And then there's no exercise,
Right.
right?
Right.
So first, can we identify the type of exercise that will resolve this distortion?
Ooh, yes, please.
Okay, so is it yoga?
Yes.
Is it a specific kind of yoga?
No.
Is it more than one kind of yoga?
Yes.
How many kinds of yoga? Is it more than two different kinds?
Yes.
Is it more than three different kinds?
No.
Okay, so it's three different kinds of yoga?
Are there 3 different kinds of yoga?
Oh, there are a lot more than 3.
Wow. Okay.
There are a lot more than 3. So do you have any experience with yoga?
I've done like a few videos at home.
Okay.
That's about it.
What do you know what kind of yoga you did?
No idea.
Did you enjoy it?
It definitely helped a lot. You know,
Did you stop doing it?
yes. Yeah, I used it to resolve just a really tight back leg from a 13-hour drive. And once that was resolved, I didn't do it anymore.
Okay. All right. So is it true that yoga would be a wonderful way for you to process any kind of stagnated or overstimulated energy within you?
Yes.
Okay.
Huh.
All right. So
This is
can
so
we identify
fun.
can we identify the 3 types of yoga?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. I mean, can you identify?
I knew what you meant. I'm
Okay.
like, okay, let's do it.
All right. So is the first kind hatha or is one of them hatha?
Hop. No.
Is one of them yin?
Yes.
Okay. Is one of them restorative?
No.
Is one of them vinyasa?
That feels good. Yes. Yep.
Okay. Is one of them acro?
No.
Is one of them aerial?
No.
Is one of them power?
Yes.
Okay.
You're setting me up for some research.
Well, I will give you as much information as I can. So yin is would you like to hear about this?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Yin is about, it's all done on the floor and it's about holding stretches and positions for a long period of time.
Okay.
Okay. It's all about getting your connective and fascial tissues to release. So it's a lengthening, it's a very divine feminine. It's a very feminine practice
Great.
of allowing, right? It's not
Yeah.
about power and sweating and holding. It's really allowing. And then vinyasa is the kind of traditional thing you think of when you think of yoga, where you combine your breath with one movement. So you do
Oh,
you do what's called salutations. Does that sound familiar?
yep.
Okay. And then power, of course, is going to be more involved with strength, building strength within the pose.
Where you can do the headstands.
That's more inversions, but I could imagine that it would come up in, does your body want to go upside down?
I don't think so. No, no, but I have a friend who is always
Okay.
pulling off those headstands and it looks fascinating.
Can I ask your inner authority that yes or no question?
Yeah,
Does your body want to go upside down?
I think it does. Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
I found when I feel like I'm up against something and I'm frustrated, right, in that not self and nothing is moving, if I go hang upside down,
Really?
something shifts, whether it's, just the blood rushing to your head or whatever it is.
Huh.
And that's, I feel like, why I was kind of getting acro yoga or aerial yoga, because there are opportunities there to go upside down.
Huh.
But headstand would also get you there. I'm not feeling like, Jamy, you have to go upside down right now, to get
Right.
where you
Right.
want. It does feel like an awareness to put on your radar
Huh.
kind of thing.
Not even something I would have ever thought of.
Okay. That's it. Our minds are not going to get us there.
Right.
If we could think our way through these things, we'd be done.
Oh, the thinking, it never stops.
But we can observe and be aware and say, thank you. I hear you. I acknowledge you. And then wait for that response from our body.
Yeah, that's been the hard part of this whole experiment. Mm.
You can let it be easy. Can you let it be easy?
Yes.
There you go. So for your kind of one, do you have any resistance to implementing this kind of yoga routine?
No.
Okay. And sometimes we think we have to do these things for a long time. Like, oh, I have to do an hour of yoga now, right?
Yeah.
But there are 10-minute sequences of yoga
Right.
that you can do. So does it feel correct to really engage your inner authority, to ask yourself on a daily level, does my body want yoga?
I like
Which
it.
kind of yoga does it want? Does it want
Mhm.
yin? Does it want power? Does it want vinyasa? And
Hmm,
then how long does my body want to do this for?
I love this.
Okay, great. I love that you love it for
Yeah.
sure.
Pretty simple. Huh.
So there are, tons and tons of videos on YouTube that you can employ. I always share, there's an app called Down Dog that I absolutely love because you can put into it whose instructor's voice you want, how many minutes you do it for, how long you want your Shavasana to be, what type of practice you want to do. So you could put in minutes of yin before I go to bed and
Huh.
it will do that. So I'll send you a link to that. I'm not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form. It's just something my husband and I use every night.
I like it.
So I'll send you that because you can customize it, and I appreciate
Yeah.
that. And then you're not doing the same video, the same movement sequence all the time.
Or just randomly searching. Yeah.
Right. Jamy, does it feel like we are complete in terms of resolving your distortions?
Yes.
Does it feel like you now have all you need to have to gain the clarity that you desire?
Yes.
Okay. And yeah, and it's a tangible, simple thing you can do day by day to bring that into being. Do you have any questions you would like to ask me?
I probably will have a million once I get an hour away from this, but not right now.
Okay. And would you be willing to, okay, so does it feel correct to go into your follow-up?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the way I kind of explain it is every time you do this kind of work, you go up what I call a vibrational tone scale.
Yeah.
And at the top of that, fun things are activated, like clarity and feeling free and joy and happy and all of that stuff, right? But sometimes there's a little bit of fallout at the bottom of that, like fatigue, achiness, irritation, that kind of thing. And I always find, I find for me, it's helpful for me to know about these things before they come up so that I don't get so aggravated that they're
Right.
coming up. So I say,
Right.
oh, okay, yeah, I knew about you, right? Does it feel like you will have reactions to this release?
No. I got a good
Does it feel like there's anything within this release for you to be aware of?
Yes.
Okay. How many things? More than one?
No.
One. Okay. Do you know what it is?
No.
Is it feeling more clarity?
No.
Is it, I'm just going to pull up my little table real quick. Okay. So I have a whole list of them. Is it correct to go through this list?
Yes.
Okay. Is it number one?
No.
Number two?
Nope.
Number three?
Nope.
Number four?
Yep.
Okay. So it's a little bit of anxiety. Is it true that a little bit of anxiety may arise for you to move through as you do this process?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I asked these questions just one out of order, so I'm going to go backwards and ask the first question now, and that is how many days or how much time is going to be required by your body to fully process everything we've brought up today?
Okay.
So does it feel like 3 days?
Yes. That actually, yes. Huh.
Okay, so now you know that over the next 3 days, there might be a little anxiety that rises to the surface. Okay.
And then I know what it is. Yeah.
Especially as you implement these new routines and these new pieces. Okay.
Right.
Then everything can smooth out. They'll become a part of who you are and so forth. So what would you like to do for your follow through to mitigate the reaction of anxiety? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. The bathtub is my solution for everything.
Is it being in the bathtub?
Yes.
Is being in the bathtub your go-to so it's coming through loudest?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there something else that would like to be heard?
Yes.
Okay. I find that, if it's something that we're already doing that's part of our routine, it's typically not going to come up on this list. Because
Yeah.
if it was taking care of it, then you wouldn't have to identify it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Okay. All right. So is the follow-up that your body's asking for in the first area?
No.
Second?
Nope.
Third?
Nope.
Fourth?
Yep.
Okay. So in this area, well, I'm hearing to keep asking it 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it number 1?
Yes.
Okay. So it's pray. Do you have any kind of prayer practice or?
I should get back to it. It was a big part of, my day today. Yeah.
Is it that your body wants to express this, but in a new or different or unfamiliar way for you?
Yes.
Okay. Would it be helpful if I share a little bit about my perspective on prayer?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So what I typically, prayer is an internal process to me.
Yeah.
It's about me coming into vibration with what it is I'm asking for. Right? So if I'm praying, I'm not praying to something that is outside of me to give me anything.
Right.
Right? I'm praying that I'm seeing it, I'm holding the space for it. I am rising to the vibration of that which I'm asking for.
I like it.
Does that resonate with you?
Sure does. Yep.
Okay. Is that how your body would like to experience prayer over the next 3 days?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything that goes on your action plan?
Yes.
Is there one thing that goes on your action plan?
Yes.
Is there any more than one thing?
Nope.
Okay. Is it on this list that I have in front of me?
No.
No, okay. I didn't feel like it was going to be. So that's when you get to the category of other, and we have to do a little bit, or we get to do a little bit more digging. So some examples of what I have on the action plan list are things like talk with others who have already achieved a similar intention, support others, do a vision board, mantras, affirmations, those kinds of things. Do you already have an inner knowingness of what your action item is?
No.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. Yes. I'm using my
Okay.
brain. I'm like, no, I don't know. I haven't thought about it yet.
That's the beautiful thing. You don't have to think about it.
I know.
So your
it's so-
body got a yes?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Can your body allow awareness of what that is to rise? Or can you allow awareness?
I don't know. Maybe. Yes, I think so.
What is it?
I don't know.
Do you have stuff to give away?
Yep. Yes.
Is it already like in a pile or?
I need to make a new one.
So is it that kind of purging? Didn't you use that word earlier?
Uh-huh.
Right?
Sure did. Yep.
So the kind of mental purging or emotional or whatever you want to call it needs a physical
Yeah.
component as well? Okay.
Yep. I can definitely do some purging.
So do you know that creating the space from these purges is what's going to allow the clarity to rise?
Yes, yep.
So are you willing to create the space and allow the clarity to rise?
Yes.
Okay. Do we need to discuss any of the specifics regarding the physical purge?
No.
Okay. Does it feel like we are complete?
Yes.
Okay.
Huh.
So there's only one thing left to do, and I'll take you through a closing sequence. So we did the opening sequence to transition.
Yeah.
It's challenging to live in that place all the time. So we want to bring it to a close so that you can thrive in the physical reality. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
All right. So if it feels good to you, Jamie, you can close your eyes and bring your awareness inward toward any void or space left behind from all you released today. Watching as the vibration of those spaces begins to rise so high that nothing less than love could ever thrive there again. Allow for full and complete integration of this new level of healing into your being on a cellular level with ease and grace in the now moment and in alignment with your authentic truth. We offer this up to anyone in the world who would like to experience it for themselves. And with love and gratitude in our hearts, we close this sacred space. When it feels correct to you, go ahead and open your eyes. All right. So I will type all this out and get it sent to you as a recap. Of course, if you have any questions with what I share, let me know. And so would you be willing to do a follow-up session with me where you kind of share your experiences and reflections?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. It says 3 days to process. It feels like we wait a little bit longer to do the follow-up. Is that true?
Yes. Yep.
Would you like to do it in 1 week, 2 weeks,
2
3
weeks. Good.
weeks? Okay. Does this time and day typically work well for you?
Yes, it does. This is perfect.
So if I put you on the schedule for 2 weeks from today
Yeah.
at the same time, which is 12:30 for you, right? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. The whole
All right.
time is always, why is it so hard for me to figure that one out? It should be the easiest.
I have a really hard time with time, so I can't help you.
Yeah.
All right. Again, thank you so much for being
thank
willing
you.
to do this. I appreciate it. And I'm excited to see what the next 2 weeks unfolds for you.
Wow, me too. Thank you so much. This was fun.
All right. Awesome, Jamie. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too.